Hello and welcome to the Hellraiser blog. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed today's blog, please hit the subscribe button. We love adding new members to the Hellraiser Boxing YouTube family. I'm going to talk about Night of Boxing that we've just seen, or night and early morning if you're in the UK. First fight I saw was Derick Chisora against Senad Gashi. I didn't like this fight from the moment I heard it and was announced, which is why I didn't mention it in any blogs. Gashi looked to me to have a completely manufactured record. He didn't disappoint in the respect that he delivered exactly what I thought he would. He basically came to sort of walk through the fight, no pressure on Chisora at any point, and at the end of it I just felt robbed of the time I'd spent watching it. Chisora's feet were so slow. I mean, for me, if Chisora had come forwards and cut the ring off, he'd have stopped the fight any time he wanted, or the old Chisora would have done. If Chisora's feet were any slower, I mean, he'd have grown roots, you know. I mean, it was not good watching, not good viewing. Senad Gashi gets paid, goes home. And Chisora, well, maybe Dave Allen next. I mean, okay, so the next fight, Dave Allen. Dave Allen, I thought, really delivered. He wasn't getting it all his own way against Lucas Browne. He was caught repeatedly early on with what I'd call sort of tidy, accurate punches rather than maybe knockout punches. But I thought he did really well. I mean, he stayed focused through the shots that Lucas Browne was landing on him, and he really pushed. He delivered on the night. You know, Dave Allen. He stayed sharp, focused. The body shot was beautiful, from my point of view. I thought it was a beautiful shot. He timed it absolutely perfectly, and stopped his opponent in emphatic fashion. And I think the logical fight for both of those next would be Dave Allen against Chisora. I mean, Chisora is absolutely, definitely on the slide. He's on the way out. Allen is on the way up. Very, very popular fighter. Is Dave Allen come forwards and Chisora gone backwards enough for Dave Allen to win? That's a question mark. The thing is, there was a question mark before this fight. Would Dave Allen have had enough to beat Lucas Browne? Because that was a huge step up in class that he took there. And anyway, I was glad to see him pull it off. It wasn't the best Lucas Browne, but it was good enough to make it an entertaining fight. And you know, you can't dislike Dave Allen. The journey he's had, the attitude that the man has to boxing is one I wish, you know, more fighters would have. And then the Amir Khan versus Terence Crawford fight. Right, so this is a fight, actually, I was looking forward to it more and more as the fight got closer. Originally, when it first got announced, I wasn't. I just thought completely what basically did happen would happen. I just thought, you know, right time, right fight. It worked very well for the Americans and for Crawford, because Crawford is, no doubt about it, he's an exceptional talent. I mean, Crawford is almost in a class of his own. You know, you've got this generation of fighters coming through at the moment, Lomachenko and Crawford, and he's one of the top, for me, top 5 pound for pound. I was surprised he dropped Khan that early, because I thought the one thing he's not going to do in this fight is engage early on in trying to land big shots on Khan, because Khan, he's still got fast hands. He is a hard puncher, a concussive puncher, and why risk it? You know, the way for Crawford surely was to outbox Khan early on, and as the pace slowed, I thought, well, he'll do what Canelo did, which was, you know, bring the hands up and go to the body, and then land to the head. But Crawford almost ignored the body early on, which I thought, he's definitely not going to ignore the body. That's going to be probably his main focus early on, if for no other reason to bring Khan's hands down early so that Khan gets accustomed to fighting with his hands down, and then pop him over the top. But like if you watch Joshua against Povetkin, Joshua was going at the body very blatantly, very early on in the fight, and that can be often it can be a sign of a problem if a fighter's struggling to land, say with his jab to the head. If he keeps finding that he's falling short or he's coming over the top and the guy's ducking it, well, one solution is to jab to the body, and I was worried for Joshua against Povetkin when that happened. But okay, so here Crawford was almost ignoring the body, and I was thinking, is that, you know, what's? But anyway, at the end of the fight, he starts focusing almost entirely on the body, and look, I can't blame Khan for he didn't quit as such, because he was hit low. I mean, why Crawford allowed himself to be put in a position where he could have been disqualified? I mean, clearly there he's the home fighter. You know, they gave him the rub of the green, really, because by the rules of boxing, that was a low punch. It was definitely low. It was a hard punch that was low, and it saved Khan from an inevitable beating, because I never thought he was winning that fight at any point, or even really troubling Crawford at all. And Crawford wants to really have a think about what he did there, because if that had have been a 50-50 or he'd been away from home, he could well have got disqualified for that. It was a low punch, it was a hard punch that was low. You know, we have rules in boxing, and that he could very well have been disqualified. Like I say, in boxing also, you do tend to, when you're at home, get, I guess, some favours, and they've done Crawford a favour there. I'm not saying that, you know, Crawford would have lost otherwise, because I thought he was a mile in front. I mean, obviously dropping Khan so heavily early on, it's just a real bone of contention for me, because I just think, well, imagine you imagine he had got disqualified, then what? You know, I mean, and he's just left himself open to that in a fight that he was winning easily. He was a mile in front. I think moving forward, I mean, are we going to see Khan Brook, a fight that, you know, for me, and I know some people probably will still have interest in it, and I think lust for money, certainly from other parties, will make sure that the fight happens. You know, I mean, where else are Khan and Brook going to go from here? Khan was clearly not one of the top boxers in the world there, because Crawford was handling him so easily. Brook was very disappointing in his last performance, so from my point of view, I'm not really excited at seeing those two box, and I've been like that for some time now. If they'd have done the fight years ago, I would have been very excited about it. But I think timing in boxing is very important, and well, my enthusiasm, my appetite for that fight has gone. I still think the fight will go ahead, because where else are they going to go to earn money? And I think there's still probably enough people that will want to watch it. Just not me, although I will probably end up watching it anyway, but I won't watch it with the same sort of fervour that I would have done a few years ago. Okay, so Dave Allen, Chisora, and Khan Crawford, there you go. Good night of boxing, and one that whether it was worth staying up for the Khan fight, I'm not sure, but there you go. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching Rosa Blog, and please subscribe if you enjoyed it. I'll catch you very soon for more boxing talk. See you then guys, bye bye.